Welcome back to Wook Plus. I'm Weekend Wook here with Great Went. So, Kev, how do you feel about wooing?
I'm pro woo. I have no issue with audience participation in any form.
See, I kind of am the same, and I've always have chalked it up to whatever the band needs to do to keep them going. And because Trey always has a big smile on his face, right? And I always thought it was because he really likes woos and audience participation, like the sharing the vibe. It turns out, actually, that big ass smile, and I should have seen this coming because it's so fish. It's just because he's trolling us. He's literally
What?
okay. So, have you seen the Goose video? Roll the clip.
People start to get really mad, and then we just keep doing it. Stop doing that!
All right.
Yeah, I had only saw the divided sky part of that. That's pretty crazy that he's admitting that.
Yeah, so it's like in true fish fashion, he knows how much we all hate it, and that's why he does it. And I think from now on, the more we bitch about it, the more it's going to happen. So we should all just, as
Stop
a group,
bitching about Soul Planet,
right, and accept it because he's trolling you.
and then it'll disappear. It'll go away because it won't have the impact for him. He won't get the high off of trolling us.
Yeah, exactly. It's so funny. It's like they were the first trolls before the internet trolls really became a thing.
They were, but so. I mean, have they trolled people before?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much every Halloween gag feels like a troll. Right. Well, not everyone, but a lot of them. Like lately, like the Cosvot and the Sci-Fi and
the Atlantic City,
the Fuego one. That felt like a huge troll.
Right, with the whole Zeppelin the night before.
Oh, before
in
Little
Atlantic
Feet?
City, before Little Feet.
That was well. That's like a real, and then the kind of like doing Dark Side the night after.
Night after. That's so great. And nobody talks about that Dark Side. It's pretty solid. It's like it's this weird little asterisk or something. Everyone talks about how great Loaded was because it was on Halloween, but
right
the next night, thousands of miles away in Utah,
right, they don't have the attendance bias.
Right, and apparently, I guess nobody showed up to that show. So if you were the lucky ones, and got to see that,
so it's cool. I think it's interesting. I'm still gonna try to probably bitch about wooing, but it does make it a little more tolerable now that I know why he's smiling so big.
Right, but what about so you talk about wooing. What about other things like clapping and stash? Should people not do that?
I think it's fine. I mean, people do it. Honestly, I say do whatever the fuck you want as long as you're not disturbing other people's experience.
They created a whole secret language for audience participation.
Right.
I mean, it builds community. It makes you come back. You're like, oh, that's cool. You yelled "dough" every time you play The Simpsons.
My issues with the wooing had never really been that the audience was wooing. I just thought it became like a cheap trick for jams, right? Like when a jam, like the Tahoe Tweezer, it was organic and it was a beautiful moment and it worked. But then I felt like anytime the band paused from that point on, everybody wooed. And then at the time, I thought Trey really loved that engagement and would always do it. Now I know why, but I felt like it detracted from the jams. That's the only reason. Like, I don't care what you do as long as you're not like causing any issues or being a dick. Like, sure, like party on, right? But yeah, it's cool. It's funny. That whole Goose video is interesting.
I like the divided sky part when he's talking about moving the guitar one way or another.
Yeah, classic stuff. All right, cool. Listen, guys, if you're new to the channel, like and subscribe, and go ahead and share this content with one of your fishy friends. Help us grow this little thing. And we'll see you next time. We have Live coming up on next Wednesday and a bunch more, so stay tuned. See you next time.